Hello everyone, this is Chris from NokiaInnovation.com. Today I'm taking a look at two Nokia Lumia devices, the 920 and the 1020. Both from the front look very similar. They both have a similar internals, both very fluid. One difference you may notice is when you turn the devices over, you get this very large 41 megapixel camera.
Searching for very large 41 megapixel camera.
Oh, something did a search. We can always edit that out. Another difference you'll notice when you look at the cameras is you've got a xenon flash on this, you've got a dual LED flash on here, you have got a LED just there. I don't know if we can focus on that, but that's your cameras. I think they call this a mechanical shutter. So if you look at, if we try and focus on that little thing there on the actual lens, as we switch it on, it pops open. Sorry, it's a bit out of focus. That isn't quite what we're after. Another difference, you'll see these two dots on the back here. Now what that means is that you can put a wireless charging case on the back. So if you have a key wireless charger, you can just pop it on the charging plate and it will charge wirelessly. This doesn't have that. That is because it's built into the Lumia 920. You'll notice ever so slightly, disregarding the actual camera hump on the back, I wouldn't really call it a hump, but disregarding the camera lens, when you look at the two devices, the 1020 is actually very slightly thinner. The 920 also feels a bit lighter. They both have this double tap to wake. They both have glance screen, which is this always on clock. They're set to peak mode at the minute. Now what that means is they should time out after a few seconds. So now with both screens timed out, in order to view, that brings up the clock. That brings up the clock. So if you want to just glance at the screen, and also if you take your phone out of your pocket, it automatically there, saving you to turning on the screen. Although this is an AMOLED screen, which means that on the 1020 you have an AMOLED screen, you have an LCD screen on the 920. Now what this means is, in order to get this always on clock to work on the 920, on the 1020, it literally only illuminates the necessary pixels. So in there, only these pixels here are illuminated. This is LCD, which means it's got a backlight which illuminates all the pixels at once. You wouldn't actually see that this screen is always on. However, the entire screen is illuminated now, but only these are shown up. At night, it goes to night mode, which, well, you can set it to go to night mode. I'll show you. If we go to our settings, we'll go down to glance. You can change it to peak. You can change night mode. And for example, we could make night mode start now if we wanted. So then when we go back, it becomes red. That is so it's not so bright on your, if you have it by the bedside table, the screen isn't quite as bright. But I still use peak mode anyway. I personally think that's better. You do, of course, have a front-facing camera. Now, few people have had problems with the front-facing camera on the Lumia 920. That is, it gets very dusty. It was a design fault by all accounts. In here, dust comes in through your earpiece and makes the front lens dusty, and this can have problems with the proximity sensor, but at the minute mine's working fine. You can see on the 10 to 20 they've actually moved the front facing camera a bit further away, and that seems to, well, I imagine that will help the issue. Okay, that's a quick look at the different hardware, at the differences in hardware.